Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. Today we are going to look at how to make this really straightforward, simple little Christmas card. We're also going to look at how we can make a birthday card as well. And it's all using this die set. This is the Gemini Edgeables. It's a Christmas morning scene. And you can see from the picture that if you use the whole thing together, then you can create a scene. And I will be doing that on a Facebook Live. But you can use the individual parts to make little cards like this. So there are 3 dies in this set, and bear with me. This one, as you can see, this one is too wide, or you'd have to cut it down. It's not an easy make with that one, so let's put that one back. But these two, this one, obviously with the Christmas tree, this is the one I've used here. And this one, I think, would also make a good birthday card. So we're going to cut both of these just in black card, and then we'll talk about the background in a moment. So I'm going to get my Gemini plate. I have 2 pieces of card cut already. One is slightly deeper. When you're doing this, you might just want to do one at a time. I'm gonna be naughty and try to do the 2. Obviously, this is quite a wide die here, so you need to consider how much you want at the bottom. See here, I've got this bit at the bottom of my card. So make sure, you don't want to be cutting it down here. Well, you might want to, but I prefer to have a little bit of depth to play with here. It doesn't matter if it's at the end or not, because we're going to cut this bit out anyway. Okay, so, and then little boy, now he's not as deep, so we can put him on there. We'll have plenty of room there. So let's get some tape and make sure that our dies are not going to move. And then we will run them through the Gemini and take it from there. Please excuse my throat. I have a little bit of a cold, as you might be able to hear. It's not too bad. It's just affecting my throat a little bit. Right, so let's run these through. So I'll put my plastic shim, and then my magnetic, and then my clear plate, and we're going to run that through the Gemini. So one side. Now once this is through, there's a little bit of on the dies. Oh, okay, now that's my fault entirely. That's because I did not place my card properly and stick it down. So as it's gone through the machine, what it's done is it's slid off the side and just caught in the thing. Hello, Sally. Sally, the dog's just come to say hello. You might be able to hear her in the background there. It's not going to affect me too much, luckily, because this is the bit I want here, and I think I've got enough. So, lesson learned. Probably better to do one at a time, and then we won't have that little slippery, slidey bit. Excellent. Okay. So, now, as I was saying, there are some bits that will emboss. And as we're doing a silhouette, it would be nice to have that. So, what I should have done, I did that because I realised it would come out. I'm going to turn it over. I am going to put but I am going to do them one at a time this time, just because I don't want that happening. I'm going to put my embossing mat, put this cutting back on, and then I flip it over and I remove my magnetic one. Sorry, I've got a bit of tape in my finger. So, hello. Hi. The treats have gone away. Sorry. Okay, so let's run that one through. And yeah, you can also see what the damage has already been done on the mat. Make sure, it's me trying to do things too quick. Make sure that your plates are lined up before you put them through. So that's going through to emboss, and we'll do the same with this one in a moment. While that's going through, I'm just going to snip off that little bit that I got caught there. Okay, so that's that one embossed. And now we're going to do this one. That back on and put that through. Okay. Let's take these bits of tape off. Catch that as it comes out. I'll take that one out too. Takes away. Okay, so let's remove tape and remove the dies and see what we have. So here you go. And hopefully, I don't know if the camera can pick this up. You can see the embossed stars on the tree and the ribbon on the parcel on that one. And then similarly on the one with the little boy, you can see the parcels. Now, I think that this one with the little boy can be used for a birthday card because there's nothing in there that get the word out, specifically says Christmas, unlike obviously this one with a little girl with a Christmas tree. Okay, so there you go. You can see. Let's cut it out and then you can have a proper look. There's my big scissors right by me, looking around, and I didn't even need to. Okay, and just before I go and do something really silly, I'm just going to check where I'm cutting to make sure I've got enough on my cards. I'm just going to cut across there for a moment. So there's our little boy, and we'll cut across for our young lady too. Those bits rid of. So here's my card. I just want to make sure that I have enough of what I need. So I am going to mark with my pencil. I'm going to mark it. Ooh, doesn't want to. Just slightly inside from there. I might redo this in a minute. I'm just trying to make sure I've got enough, particularly with the way I cut the this little boy here. My so let's cut the bottom off first, and hopefully we will have enough to play with to get our little boy on his card. We'll put him stop there, and we're gonna do it down there. So because I can't butt it up against the top, what I'm doing is I'm just putting that straight bottom along one of these lines, just so I know I've got a straight edge, and then I'm going to. There's our little boy. We may want to cut some more off of him in a moment. And similarly with our little girl, you see, I want to cut it at out here and about there. And then we'll cut the length off in a moment. So again, lining that up on my the grid on my I've got my. That's it. Right, so we're going to cut that one, and then we'll turn it around, and we're going to cut. Now, be careful with this one that you don't cut right up into the tree. So stop as soon as that bit is off. So we have our two pieces. Now, the background I used for this one is a Pixie Sparkle background. And if you've seen some of the videos of Facebook Lives, you know I use Pixie Sparkles quite a bit. So this is a good way, because it's a small card, of using up those bits that you have left over or were an experiment and ended up not being quite what you wanted for the card you were doing. And so I keep, as you can see my folder here, I keep a folder and I just tuck them all in, little offcuts or full pages if I've made more than I need, or if I've made something and thought, no, actually that's not what I need. So I'm just going to run through the colours of Pixie Sparkles that I've used, and then we'll pick a couple to put on our background. So this one, excuse me, this one is Beyond Blue. But if I recall rightly, I think I also used one of the Creative Expressions inks on the back of that, but it still gives that kind of lovely colour there. So that's our Beyond Blue. We have, let's do these little ones. This is a much paler blue. This one is Blue Wish. So it's a much more pastel blue, and you might just be able to see there are some slight, when you catch it in a certain light, some slightly greenish tints in there. We have this one. Now this one's an interesting one. It's called Purple Rainstorm. But you can see this is unfortunately only a small offcut. When it does even show here, when it comes out, you get a combination mostly of blue and red pigments. And it's only when you do a fairly sort of wet piece and they run together, you start to see the purple. It's beautiful when you do that. And I will be using that in one of another video, so you can have a look at that one. This one is one of my new favourites. This one is Pumpkin Patch. Yeah, I love this. It's got a lovely silver glitter, and it's also got these tiny little bits, occasional bits of the red in there, the pinky red, to go with the orange. What else have we got? This one, no, that one's that again. This one is Coral Crush. Really lovely pinky orange, beautiful, with some really lovely gold glitter in. Excuse me. This one no, I'm going to get myself in a bit of a pickle here. I think this one's a combination of teal marine and pale blush. Now the reason I combine those is because in the pale blush, if you see me do videos before with the pale blush, there's not a huge amount of pigment in, so it's one that's nice to add in with something else. So that's those two. Now this one, and I think it's the same as this one, is Green Bay. And this is the one that's got some really lovely yellowy bits. And I think what I've got on here on this one was Green Bay over the top of a watercolour ink. So again, you can just go into your little scrap box of bits. And this one's Red Oxide. Okay, so I have all sorts of scraps of those in my pack. So I am going to choose what I would like to use for these two cards. So just little black square cards, excuse me. So what shall we use? I think we will go with what I had before. So I think we'll use another piece of that for our little Christmas tree. In fact, no, we'll use that with the little boy. And then I've got some red oxide here that I think we'll use on the Christmas one this time. And it's as simple as that. Literally, I am going to just measure a piece that's going to fit onto my card. Pencil, there it is. Eyeball it. So let's cut it there, and we're going to cut it there for that one. And on our green one, I'm going to cut it here and here. So like I say, this is a really good way of using up scraps, little odds and ends. It doesn't have to be Pixie Sparkles. It could be odds and ends of pattern paper, of inky backgrounds. But it just means if you keep hold of bits that are of a useful size, it means when you come to make these are really nice and quick. Okay, so there's our green. That's for the birthday one. And then this one is the red oxide. I'm going to do that bit first. Got all fingers and thumbs today. My brain's fogged and it's affecting my fingers. And let me push that through. And oop, there we go. So there's our two background pieces. So that one is, we said, for our Christmas one. Oh, didn't I? For our Christmas one. So in a moment, I'm going to work out where I want to trim the black, and this one for our birthday card again. I'm going to need to work out where I'm going to trim. So I want him to sit up fairly high, and we'll put the sentiment on here. Okay, so let's have a look. Where does that leave us? About there. And I am also going to trim off a little bit at each end, just so he sits inside the green. And the same with her. Now, obviously, you are sort of restricted by the height of the tree as to where you can place this one. So we're going to go across that, and also I'm going to take a little bit off each side. So let's get the trimmer again. This is one that you might want to just do by hand. But, oh, I've got a head caught. That doesn't work, does it? Take a head off. Not what we need. So I'm just going to take that's a little bit off of that end, and a little bit off of that end. Oh, and then I've still got just enough to show me where I want to cut in. Still see my little pencil lines, so I am going to cut that. She's going to sit nicely on there, and then we'll cut him. We'll cut the lens off first. Off the other end. I can find my little pencil mark. There it is. And then the bit off the bottom. Okie dokie. Up. Right, so those bits are ready to stick together. We just need the sentiments now. So I am going to use Creative Expressions. Oops, I've caught on my trimmer. Some Creative Expressions dies. We've got the Mini Expressions Stacked Happy Birthday and the Festive Collection Merry Christmas. Okay, so I need the green. Oh, let's make sure I'm doing that the right way around. Yep, green for the Happy Birthday. And then I want a bit of red for the Merry Christmas. And we will tape it down. Okay, take that. I feel like the chair's just rolling around today. Hopefully it's not making you feel seasick, but I do feel I'm doing this every time I move. Right, okay, so let's just push this out. We do not need our embossing mat, so we are going to put those two on. We're going to put that one on. We're going to put our mat on, magnetic mat, sorry, and the clear plate on the top. Okay, there we go. Go through, rid of our little bits, and then we will be ready just to stick everything together. We were ready for next time. Okay, so you could, if you wanted, do like a drop shadow, but I don't feel it's necessary on these. They are just nice little quick cards. No need to be too fussy with them. And I'm, as ever, now covered in Pixie Sparkles. What am I looking for? Pokey tool, that's what I'm looking for. Brain fog. Here we go, let's push this one out. In fact, let's get my brush on it. Probably release most of it. There we go, that's better. There we go, and that's out. So that's going to sit on there. Just get rid of that little bit there. That's going to sit here. And then Merry Christmas for the other one. And it's going to need just a little bit of encouragement to come out. Just there. Have I got it? Yes, there we go. That one is out, and that's going to sit by the tree. So all we need to do now is get our glue. Famous last words. Oh, yeah. It's even deciding it's just going to pour out today. That's better, I suppose, than not working at all. There we go. Let's get this bit stuck on. Stuck. And then the young girl, the tree, our Merry Christmas one. Oh, better put some glue on her as well, otherwise she's going to go wandering. And I've just up from the bottom so you can still see the nice background. She's on there. And then we'll do him, we'll do the sentiments at the same time. So, glue on the back. And down. And glue on the back. So these are nearly done. Hopefully this is showing you that, you know, sometimes we get die sets and they're designed to in this case make a stepper card. But sometimes, you know, they are, well, I say sometimes, most of the time the dies are really versatile, and there are other things that you can do with them. Particularly with Christmas things, it's nice to be able to sometimes use them for non-Christmas. Otherwise it just goes away for another year until all the Christmas box comes out. If you're anything like me, I've got boxes of all my Christmas stuff that go away until I'm ready to make. I am just going to get a bit of scrap to just block that off on happy birthday on there. Whoops, okay, now I didn't block that very well, so I've got a bit of a squidge with the glue, but it does dry clear, so it will disappear. And then on our Merry Christmas for our little one girl. And we're going to put that just there where the tree is. Okay. I'll need a little bit more glue under that corner there, I think. There we go. So there you go. 2 small cards that can be made, one for a birthday and one for Christmas, using this sort of these edgeable dies that are originally intended for a stepper, but they can be cut and made into some lovely little cards. Thank you.